I'm going to get to the insanity of that congressional vote that just took place for the War Powers Act in just a second, but here's a crazy story out of California that is the Justice Department today arresting Jamshid Gomi. He's a dual citizen, Iranian national, and the CEO of a Tehran-based computer networking company. Now, he's been arrested and charged for supplying U.S. equipment to Iran's nuclear and military establishment. The Justice Department finding that from 2014 to 2018, Gomi arranged the smuggling of more than 250 metric tons, 275.6 U.S. tons, which is all that matters, of networking equipment to Iran using freight forwarders and intermediaries in Dubai to disguise that Iran was the true destination. If you think that's bad, how about from 2017 to 2023, where his company supplied, quote, U.S. origin computer networking equipment to the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, the Iranian government agency responsible for Iran's nuclear program that was supposed to be reined in by the JCPOA, but it wasn't. Centrifuge and uranium enrichment programs and all those things. Not to mention, from 2014 to 2022, his company supplied U.S. origin networking, security, and encryption equipment to Iran's Ministry of Defense and Armed Forces. If convicted, Gomi faces a maximum until only 20 years in prison. This is what happened when we stopped hanging people for treason. Mike Sarraille, retired U.S. Navy SEAL officer and chief talent officer at Overwatch Mission Critical, and Victoria Coates, vice president of national security at the Heritage Foundation. I can't believe that we're sitting here talking about this. He was supplying material support under Barack Obama to a program that we were told didn't exist because of Obama's great nuclear deal.
There are two things that really stand out about this for me, Carl. The first is that the only things that are working in Iran right now are because we had suppliers like this of U.S. equipment. It's not because they were getting Russian kit or Chinese kit. This is what actually is making things work. The other is Dubai as the nexus of this in the United Arab Emirates. That's what's now being cut off. And that's why what's happening during this conflict is so important, is Iran has relied on Dubai as a kind of financial services transit network. That the Emirates are now, because they've been shelled more than Israel during the conflict, they're cutting that off. That's why Iran's position is not tenable going forward. This was long overdue. Congratulations for the Trump administration for getting it done.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know the complexities over there because for most of us, it's just like one big sandpit and we don't really care that much. But here we are. I mean, that's why we bring you on, to bring in the intricacies here.
Fair enough.
Let's talk War Powers Act, okay? House passes this like an hour ago, says, no, we're going to rein in Trump's war powers. Now, you had 4 Republicans, Massey, Fitzpatrick, Davidson, and Barrett, that can all also go pound sand. Maybe they'd be more welcome in Iran at this point. And Trump's just going to veto this anyway, so who cares?
It's shameful. Shameful for a president who has stepped up to cure a 47-year-old problem for this nation. And you fought against the Iranians in Sadr City during the Iraq War.
Killed some of my friends with an IED. I
am so fed up with the left on the narrative and the lack of support for this war, even though they know it's noble and it's just. And God bless Trump for having the moral courage and clarity to do what's right, even during a midterm election year.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's not deterred by that. You have a president that's making foundational decisions for what's good for America 5, 10, 15 years from now. Not
50.
Worried about 50. And, you know, he's not getting credit for that. If we were unified, because Iran is using this weapon against us, they think that our American political cycle is stronger than American resolve. And Americans are playing into that because of the left and the media.
Oh, yeah.
And now that we have 4 Republicans breaking ranks, disgusting.
Yeah, but Victoria, this goes to a larger problem, which is like, this happened with Iraq War. We went in, we were all gung-ho, we were killing a ton of bad guys, and then people were like, oh, but it's been 3 years, and we feel like these are bad headlines. And then you have a political movement of hippies that are like, hey, stop that, and then us guys killing people over there get left out in the cold, and we're forced to, you know, deal with less on the battlefield.
No, it's the Vietnam playbook all over again. And, you know, what was originally, you know, the struggle against the communists, against the Chinese, that, you know, I'm not going to defend the management of the Vietnam War, but that was where you had the left step in to try to take this disproportionate effect over how we run our national security. It did happen with Iraq and Afghanistan. Again, mistakes made, but here we are with a 3-month conflict against, as Mike said, a 40,
and we're winning.
And we're winning by every conceivable metric. And the $200 a gallon or a barrel, gas didn't materialize. And oh boy, we are now the world's gas station of first resort. Our Gulf partners and allies are falling into line behind us and Israel. This is a very good thing for the United States.
Mike, last word to you.
I think Victoria brings up a great point. And what Americans are missing is, can we, or actually for the first time in our lives, we can view a Middle East that is stable. And Trump is essentially, especially if he gets to Abraham's Accord 2.0 across the board, he is de-risking the Middle East for foreign corporate investment. That is a different
Forget
look
about what
for
he's
the
done
world.
in China.
Isolated through all these steps. We've got to stay the course. We've got them crushed economically. He has the escalation of military force if need be, but I think the bigger play there is Iran knows we can utilize it. He is showing tactical patience in crushing them economically, and with Peshkin and the rumors of him submitting his resignation, they're breaking from the inside, not the outside.
And Lake America is still on the table, so we'll see. Victoria Coates, Mike Sarraille.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.